Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and I am knitting. Not right now, but most of the time. And I have been knitting. Over the course of this year, 2023, I have been knitting quite a bit. I mean, it's not any different than any other year, but it's still true. I've been knitting a lot in 2023. Now, this video is all about what I've knit in 2023. More specifically, this video is going to be taking stock of whether or not I have met my goal. If you follow me on Instagram, you may be familiar with something called the 2023G Challenge, which is a challenge I made to myself in December of 2022. My goal for this year of 2023 was to work through 2,023 grams of my yarn collection, hence the name 2023G Challenge, the G standing for grams. Now, I was very diligent about tracking my progress towards this goal, towards this challenge I made to myself, and for about 3 months. And then I basically stopped keeping track. I defended in March. I graduated in May. I had a lot going on. My brain was, not mine to wield, it felt like most days. So tracking my gram usage just was something that kind of fell off the list of things that I was paying attention to. But before I give myself permission to talk to you about my goals for the following year, 2024, which is just a few days away or a few weeks away, I want to take stock of whether or not I actually met my goal for 2023. So that's what this video is going to be about. I am going to grab everything that I knit that I still have in my possession, and we're going to weigh it. We're going to see if I met this goal. So give me a minute and let me gather my knits. Okay, I think this is pretty much going to be it for now, and we'll see how far we get. Let me get a bowl. All right, so, and these too. So I have this pile of knits, I have a bowl, and I have a kitchen scale. So I am going to weigh these and keep a running tally. All right, I had to get resituated and actually take off the sweater I was wearing because I realized that is something that I knit in 2023. So it is counting towards the total. I have a whole stack of the knits down here on the ground, and I'm just going to weigh them one by one and make note of how many grams they are. So we'll start with the sheep camp so I can put it back on because I'm cold. All right, we have 611 grams for the sheep camp. This is knit in Treehouse Knits yarn from her favorites collection in the colorways Smoke Show and First Flurries. And this yarn was gifted to me, and I absolutely love my sheep camp. So 611 grams. Now we have an Oslo Hat. This is from Souvenir Yarn from Ireland. I have a finished object diary video on it if you care to watch. Look how good that looks. What a good purple moment. Okay, let's weigh it. 100 grams for the Oslo Hat. Next we have my purple Ranunculus. I knit this in April, May, something like that. And it's made with a one-of-a-kind batch from Beachy Breeze Fibers. This is 357 grams. Okay. Next we have a Simple Thing shawl knit up in Tidal and Current Yarn on fingering weight held double. We've got 261 yards. I mean grams, 261 grams. Next we have the Riptide 135. Again, I have another finished object diary video on this finished object, and that is 100 grams. Next we have my zig sweater. This is the first of 2 zigs that I made this year, one for me and one for my mom. We wore it together in Ireland, and it was magical. 597 grams. Next we have my green ranunculus, 383 grams. Next we have another simple thing. This is a green fade knit up in 4 different colors of long dog yarn, 295 grams. Next we have my champagne cardigan. I started this in 2022, but I finished it in 2023, and it's my challenge. I make the rules, so I'm counting all of these grams. And you cannot stop me. All right, we have 730 grams. That's a big one. And now we have a pile of accessories. I will say this is not a comprehensive pile. This is not a comprehensive pile. What a sentence. This is not a comprehensive pile because I've cranked a lot of other socks. I've knit some other things, but this is just what I could cobble together in a quick search of my house that I still have around that I knit in 2023. So we have our Riptide mitts that I made last weekend, 58 grams. We have, I'll just weigh these, we'll just weigh these together. So we have a hat, green hat in carpet yarn, which is 108 grams. Never mind, I guess I'm not weighing them together. I've got a self-drafted pattern hat, 50 grams. Another self-drafted pattern hat, 51 grams. An Oslo hat that's made incorrectly because I didn't include the turn, because this is before I had Leslie's video to assist me. 112 grams. And last but not least in my pile is my great gingham hat. 68 grams. Okay, let me add this all up. So I took my phone off the stand so I could use the calculator. Okay, because I am not doing all that math by hand or in my head. Sorry. All right, the phone gets to be back on the stand now because I did the math. I didn't write it down. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So that brings our total to 3,881 grams, which is well over my goal of 2,023 grams. So I will call that a raging success. So hats off to me for completing the challenge that I created and then promptly slacked off on. Amazing. So yes, that is my status for the 2023 G challenge. I'm really happy that I completed it. In my mind, I thought that this challenge would help me work through my yarn stash and that it would motivate me not to buy new yarn. That didn't happen. I bought a lot of yarn in 2023. And I'm learning a lot about myself and how I set goals. For instance, I think it was either 2022 or 2021. I think 2022. My goal was to not buy any new yarn. Basically, it was a yarn ban year. And I failed at that. So I thought that by having a different framework for working through my stash, motivating myself by a number to chase in terms of that goal, 2,023 grams, whether that was new yarn or old yarn, I just wanted to work through my yarn. That I would frame it differently in my mind and it would be more of a positive experience than thinking, oh, I can't buy this new yarn because I'm on a yarn ban, or I'm not buying anything new, or I can't, or like it's a moral failure if I buy new yarn. I was trying to reconceptualize that mentality, I guess. And I am still proud of my progress this year. I knit a lot of things this year. In fact, like I mentioned, more things than I've accounted for in this weighing and measuring situation. But I still had a ton of new yarn coming in. I don't think that I have a net negative. I wasn't keeping track in those terms anyway. But I do think that overall it was a positive experience, and I definitely think that it was a good thing to do and to participate in. And a lot of people on Instagram were using the hashtag and keeping really good track of their own gram usage or progress, or however you want to put it. So I'm really glad that this challenge was helpful to others, even if I was not the most proactive participant, which I think is just endlessly ironic, because you would think that the person who made the challenge would be organized enough to be on top of it. But guess what? I wasn't. And I don't think I ever will be. But all that to say, there's your update on the 2023G challenge. I can check that off of my list and say I successfully completed my goal for 2023. This video is probably short and sweet. I didn't go into a lot of detail of what those knits were. Many of them, like I mentioned in the video so far, have finished object diary episodes devoted just to those projects. So if you want to check them out, I will link them in the video description box. But that's all I have for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you don't already, and hit that notification bell to be notified of my next upload. Last but not least, head over to Instagram and follow me at Rachel Is Knitting if you don't already. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.